Hey there and welcome back. My name is Madeline Young. I am a local realtor here in the Florida Keys with Expert Realty. If you're interested in selling your home or purchasing a home here, feel free to reach out to me and I would love the opportunity to help you. My information is going to be below in a pinned comment as well as the description. So today we are featuring my newest listing. It's here in No Name Key. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,400 square feet on almost an acre of waterfront property. And it is listed for $1,389,000. Let's go check it out. So since the sellers purchased the home back in 2020, they have done a ton of upgrades to this property because I actually looked at the photos before they bought it and it was basically empty. There was no vegetation really. There's really not much here besides the house. So they really did put a ton of work into this property. And if you're not familiar with No Name Key, it is a little island off of Big Pine Key, and it kind of was back in the day off-grid. There's only 2 neighborhoods really here, and the rest of it is just a nature preserve. So what's really cool is now it has been brought up to modern utilities, but what's neat about this particular property is that the sellers still kept the off-grid amenities just in case you ever need them. So over here in the back of the property, or I guess the front of the property, you have a Generac generator elevated on a concrete pedestal. And then you actually have a 12,000 gallon cistern in the very front of the house. And then you have a 1,000 gallon propane tank underground that's also owned by this property. And all of these upgrades that I'm talking about have been installed since they've purchased the property. Here we have the garden, which they have a little fence around it because we do have lots of key-to-your visitors here. I actually kept my notes for this particular video because there's a ton of plants that I didn't want to miss. But with the garden, they have a ton of fruit-bearing plants, which I think is really cool, but a lot of exotic plants too. So they have several varieties of mangoes. They have cherry trees, apple bananas, which I didn't even know was a thing, plantains, breadfruit, avocado, prickly pear, cocoa plum, starfruit, guava, pineapple. Like, they have a lot. There's so much more that they have throughout the property, but they have this little garden here at the front, which I think is really cool. All right, so let's go under here in the shade because it is hot today. And I'll talk a little bit more about the home. So whenever you look at the house from an aerial view, you actually have 3 driveway entrances. This property actually owns the drive into this area. So this is, I guess, the main entrance into the house. You have obviously covered parking space. This here is an electric garage door, so you could park something under there as well. And then the back half of it actually is all storage. So this is that cistern I was talking about. This is a 12,000 gallon cistern. Right now it's just used for irrigation and boat washing. But again, if you wanted to switch it over and use it for water, they have a filtration system hooked up here, so you could turn that on as well. And just more storage space here. And then you come over here to, of course, the best part about the property is the boating. This is a 4-foot control depth here. So you have direct, literally, this is all open water, direct open water, deep access here. And this is a 20,000 pound boat lift. That is a Neptune boat lift, which is a really great quality lift. And then you have a newer concrete dock as well. And I don't know if they're on, but underneath here they have a couple bubblers just to keep the canal cleaner. And then here, a lot of people do ask about this gate, just to, again, keep the canal clean, make sure there's no grass or seaweed that collects in the canal. They have this gate here, which is a manual push gate. You literally just pull your boat up and push through and it opens very easily. But you can also see there's a little bubbler at the front too. But yeah, so you have some of the best boating and fishing right out here. You have the Bahia Honda just across the way. And this is sunrise views. So you get to see the beautiful sunrise right here over the water. The sellers actually sent me some photos of the sunrise, since they've lived here, and it's gorgeous. And like I said, you're in the middle of nowhere. You have open, unobstructed water views. It's just a really, really cool property. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but pretty much every time I come to this property, key deer are here. So when we got here today, we actually saw a little mama and a baby sitting under this tree, under the coconut trees. Like, how cute is that? And also, if you didn't already notice, there's coconuts here, so you can just come up, pick your fresh coconut, and there you have it. Everyone that's come to see this property has said, wow, you just have to come to actually see it in person and experience it, because it really is a unique one. So we'll walk around through here. I did want to show you the inside of the storage area. So the sellers installed floor to ceiling heavy duty shelving in here, as well as in here. The noise that you're hearing is actually the bubbler system that's installed in the canal. You can see our seller is an avid fisherman, and they fully insulated it as well, just so it stays nice and temperature controlled. All right. They have pups, so they created this little gate here. So one thing I do really like about this lot is they have all of these mangroves here, so it actually is a lot of privacy from the other houses on the other side of the canal. And then look at this view. I am currently still trying to convince Aaron that this should be our house, but still working on him. But yeah, so as you can see, we have beautiful turquoise waters, unobstructed water views. This is hardy board siding. All doors and windows are hurricane impact, and then we have a metal roof as well. All right, so as you can see, we have a really large open concept living area. The sellers actually installed this as a floor to ceiling maple cabinetry with soft close hinges. So you have lots of, decoration areas and storage space. And one of the beautiful pieces about this entire home are all these large impact windows and doors really just bring in the entire outdoors inside. So you get to have these views from literally every angle of the house: bedrooms, living room, kitchen. So we have here a nice sized kitchen area with stainless steel appliances. We have a couple of little decor pieces that I brought. So these will not convey, but there are a couple of pieces here that the sellers did leave behind, furnishing wise, that will convey with the property if the buyers are interested. But one thing I really love is they opted for these large windows. So you really have, again, the nature coming inside, lots of foliage, lots of open water views, and then you have this huge expansive balcony right out here. Every time I come here, I just feel like I'm always caught just staring outside. It's beautiful. But yeah, so you have beautiful wood floors throughout. This house was built in 1994. We have laundry here with newer washer and dryer, an updated bathroom. I actually really like the tile they picked for the very top. Has like a little bit of a shimmer to it. Air handlers here. Then we have our first guest bedroom. Behind this entertainment center is actually another large window like you saw in the living room. So you can see the seller was an avid fisherman. These will definitely not be conveying with the sale. So here we have our primary bedroom and our ensuite bathroom. And then they have both bedrooms have good sized closets. Go all the way back. Yeah, good storage for both rooms. And they're large rooms. Again, this house is 1,400 square feet. So both bedrooms are really good size. Again, taking really nice, beautiful views. And then you have your ensuite bath with some open water views. Something I really love that I tend to see in Keys homes, especially in Big Pine, are these wooden doors. I just love I love the style of it and the contrast. I just think it gives it a lot of character for the house, and it has it for each bedroom door and each bathroom door. Let's go out to the balcony. So you can just tell just how quiet it is out here. Very private, secluded. So again, we have our covered balcony space here, and then right here is actually that cistern, which I think it was a really creative way to use it because it just extended the balcony space. I can only imagine the stars out here in the middle of nowhere. It'd be so nice. But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, this is really a property that you want to come see in person. It is one of a kind here in No Name Key. So if you are interested in scheduling a showing, feel free to reach out to me and I would love the opportunity to show you. My information is going to be in the comment section below. Thank you so much and I'll see you in the next one.